this is a super full cutting. This has a lot of leaves. They all look good, very skeletal, and I am curious to see how it is rooting up. So let's go inside and see what's going on down in here. Okay, I'm this far down into the pot and I already see a big white root, so I'm getting excited. Okay, I'm a little bit further and I see this and I see this. I kind of don't want to pull this out, but okay, let's keep going. Okay, this is a really nice root cluster right here. I don't want to dig any further. I don't want to damage anything. I don't want any pieces to go popping off. Every time I move stuff around, I can hear ping, ping. So I'm like, no, stop. Yeah, I don't want to go any further than this. I'm just going to show that this is definitely one that is rooting up nicely on this side at least. And then there were some roots back here that I showed you. Now I'm going to look over here and then I'm going to look back there, but I don't want to dig anymore. That's enough. That's enough for me to know that this is rooting up very nicely. Okay, I can see the fuzz down there, right here, and I can see little roots right here that I just popped off. I'll show you a picture of some of them I just popped off. And then right here, yeah, I don't want to go digging around in there. Yeah, this is definitely rooting up very nicely. All right, let me continue. Okay, so right down there, I'm on the back side of the plant, and right down here, there is a nice root cluster right down there on the back side. I don't want to mess with it too much, but it's a nice big root cluster, and I just popped something over here. I just was trying to pull this one out and I heard pop. I'm like, ow! That's why I don't like messing around with this stuff too much. But anyways, yeah, there's a nice root cluster in the back, and then let me go over on back here on this side and then we'll be done. It's giving me anxiety. I barely even started digging over here. This is the other side of the bag, and I'm just going to point this one out. Here's a nice big white root, and I just don't want to go digging around in there. Anyways, oh, I see one right there. There's one right. Wait, let's see. Can you see past my stem? Yeah, I don't want to go digging around. It's suffice to say that this plant is rooting up nicely. So anyway, yeah, I don't want to dig around too much. I'm hearing all this crackle, pop, pinging, and everything else like that. I just want this thing to do its thing. So I was patting this to put the soil back on top of it, and look at this. Yeah, it's really rooting up nicely back here. So anyways, let me just leave this plant alone, let it do its thing. But yeah, this is definitely a good one. Okay, this is obviously not the best presentation of this plant. You would stand it upward, obviously, but anyway, it does have the smallest leaves. Some of these are barely 3 foot. Some of them are 2 foot. But it has the nicest leaves, and it is rooting up nicely. So it just depends on what you want. Do you want the 4 foot leaves, or do you want to maybe start off with leaves that are a little bit smaller? And I'm sure the new growth from them is going to be smaller initially also, but it's nice and full and it's rooting up nicely. So you just kind of have to decide what you want to do.